Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your latest football transfer news as Arsenal move closer to their striker. Has this got anything to do with the Premier League fixtures? Wow, we'll talk about that in a moment as well, because we know the TV fixtures, we know the first few fixtures, but we're here to talk about transfers. Weird situation developing with Son and Spurs as well. 3 Saudi clubs ready to take him, but Spurs won't do it till they've done their pre-season Asia tour, which is obviously going to be very popular because Son is huge out in South Korea as their superstar footballer. So he could still leave Spurs for big money to Saudi, but not until probably early August. So we'll talk about that as well. Also, Liverpool, Darwin Nunez will leave, according to Fabrizio Romano. When will he leave? And will this mean that Liverpool get that Isaac deal or Ekitike? Kirkez expected in the next few days as well. And I want to talk about Matoma leaving the Premier League. But let's start off with Arsenal. Significant news coming in this morning that they've reached an agreement with Sesko on personal terms. This coming in from Sport Bild via Sport Witness. The Slovenian hitman has agreed terms with the Gunners, which will now prompt Leipzig to do a deal. They have been demanding 100 million euros, but they do need to get some money in after a disappointing season, and there is an agreement that Sesko can go this summer. So I think Arsenal could be moving very, very quickly on Sesko now. Obviously, they've still got Gyökeres there as a backup, but the Sesko deal has always been Arteta's priority, so it's getting closer and closer there. I do wonder if, in a way, this is in some way linked to the fact that Arsenal's first few fixtures of the season are absolutely incredible. When you look at it, they've got to go to Old Trafford first game of the season. They follow that very, very quickly up with a trip to a home game against Leeds. Then they go to Anfield. So Old Trafford and Anfield in the first 3 games of the season. They also play Man City in the 5th game. And then Newcastle away on the 6th game. So in their first 6 games, they've got to go to Newcastle, Old Trafford and Anfield, and they've got to play Man City. So Arsenal have got to be absolutely on it from day one. They're a great team, Arsenal. They've got a very good team. I don't look at those fixtures and go, oh, I'm worried for Arsenal. I think it's going to be a very interesting start to the Premier League. I do wonder if the drop in Premier League viewing figures has something to do with this very, very packed first few weeks of the season with massive games. It seems like they're trying to throw everything at the start, because there are some Arsenal, Man City and Arsenal-Liverpool before middle of September is just, I think it's a bit of a shame, actually. I like those games when the season's got going a little bit. But Arsenal certainly need to be able to hit the ground running, and that's probably going to prompt them to get that striker in for pre-season, which they desperately, desperately need to do. Also want to talk about the situation at Liverpool. They are very much moving towards being ready for the start of the season. I think they play Bournemouth at home first game of the season for Liverpool, Friday night football, I believe. They've then got Newcastle away and Arsenal. So again, it just seems to me, I don't know what your thoughts are. I read last week that the Premier League viewing numbers had dropped. We get the new Premier League fixtures, and it seems a little bit desperate the way they've just thrown big games in to the first 6 weeks. So yeah, Liverpool have got a weird start to the season as well. Bournemouth, Newcastle away, and then Arsenal. It's quite a tough start, but Liverpool are prepped. Wirtz is in, Frimpong's in, Kirkez is going to be in the next couple of days, apparently, according to Romano and Ben Jacobs and people like that, or the next few days. And they're still favourites to sign Ekitike whilst being linked to Isaac. So Liverpool certainly will be prepared. I think the interesting thing for me is, and I was looking at this just in relation to Liverpool and Arsenal, Chelsea have got the Club World Cup, and you look at their start to the season, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford. Way, way easier than the one that Liverpool and Arsenal have got. And then Man City start to the season, Wolves, Tottenham, Brighton, Man United at home. So again, a much easier start to the season for Chelsea and Manchester City, who are both playing in a Club World Cup and might be a bit tired. But Liverpool and Arsenal, who've had the summer off, ridiculously difficult start to the season. Coincidence? Probably. Anyway, yeah, Liverpool, Darwin Nunez is going to go. Where will he go? Well, Liverpool are going to make some good money again, aren't they? That's the thing. They're going to make some good money. They've spent some money, but they're going to make some money. They made some money on Trent. They're going to make some money on Nunez. They might make some money on Luis Diaz. They're going to make some money. Somebody else that could be making some money is Spurs. Son. Interesting that Al-Ali, Al-Nazir and Al-Qadisiyah, I've probably ruined that name at the end, have expressed strong interest in signing him. They're all prepared to pay up to £40 million. But Spurs sources are saying that because they have an Asia tour coming up as part of their pre-season, it's unlikely that they would do a deal for Son until early August when that tour's completed. I don't know the complexities. I would have thought that because those pre-seasons are planned, there might be a lot of tickets that have been sold on the understanding that Son will be part of that tour. So I remember a few years ago, actually, United, the summer before Ronaldo left, we did an Asia tour, massively got sold out on Ronaldo being there, and he didn't turn up, did he? He didn't not turn up. He had family issues, but. Yeah, so look, that's what the reason I mentioned that is Ronaldo didn't go on that tour, so there would have been a lot of people buying tickets based on that, him being there, and he wasn't. But with Son not going, I don't know. It reads to me like Son's got to be there. So will he go to Saudi? I hope Son doesn't go to Saudi. Like, I was reading this story as well about Matoma, and Sky Germany are saying that Bayern Munich are looking at Matoma now because Nico Williams is probably going to go to Barcelona. I don't like it when we lose good players from the Premier League. I like it when we get players in like Frimpong and Wirtz, and hopefully we're going to get some more players coming in like Sesko and Gyökeres. I'd love Nico Williams or Rodrigo to come in as well. But I don't like it when we lose players of the quality of Matoma or Son. So I hope they both end up staying, but it will be interesting to see what happens there. Fabrizio also reporting that Rodrigo is happy at Real Madrid now, which I think has ramifications for what Arsenal might want to do on the wing. Garnacho is still available. I still think that would be a good signing. I really do. I really, really do. Also, Napoli are looking at Jadon Sancho. I spoke about that on the United stand. And we've also got Forest looking at Colombia and Palmeiras midfielder Richard Rios, who has an 85 million release clause. I mean, I don't know whether they'd be paying that much money for him. But look, interesting. Are Arsenal now about to start getting going in relation to the transfer window? I also think, looking at the opening Premier League fixtures, which is what I was going to mention, we've obviously looked at Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool there. Arsenal and Liverpool, really, really tough start to the season. Not so much so for Man City and Chelsea, who they could be the top four next season. Liverpool will kick it off at 8 o'clock on Friday night, the 15th of August against Bournemouth. You've then got Villa Newcastle as the Saturday lunchtime game at 12:30. Wolves and Man City at 5:30. Nice start for Man City, that. I don't think Wolves will be that good next year. Super Sunday is Chelsea at home to Palace at 2 o'clock. And then you've got Man United against Arsenal at 4:30 from Old Trafford. And then Monday night football is Leeds against Everton. 3 o'clock, Brighton, Fulham, Forest, Brentford, Sunderland, West Ham, Spurs, Burnley. So that's your opening weekend of Premier League TV fixtures. I think Burnley have got a ridiculous start to the season. They've got Spurs away, Sunderland at home, then they've got Man United away. Well, you never know. They might get 6 points from them, to be fair. But then it gets even better. They've got Liverpool at home, Forest at home, and Man City away. But look, I think the Premier League's so competitive now, it's hard to even get 3 or 4 games in a row where you go, we could win all of those. But I do think it's been favourable to Chelsea and Man City compared to Liverpool and Arsenal. And who's playing in the Club World Cup? Thanks everyone for watching. Get your comments in. Smash a like on the video. Lots for you to get your comments in about there. And I will speak to you on the next one. We have actually got some live watch-alongs for you this afternoon. Man City against Wydad. We're live for that. And I think we've got Real Madrid, Al Hilal as well. This Club World Cup, I feel there's a video coming up on that. But we'll speak to you later. Take care.